Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith and this is your Jis News for Tuesday, July 15. We begin with more good news on the economy. The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is reporting that Jamaica's current account deficit fell to $100.6 million in the January to March 2014 period. This means that Jamaica is importing less than it did in the corresponding period last year when the current account deficit was $400.6 million. Co-chairman of the Economic Program Oversight Committee EPOC said for this reason, the group has supported the BOJ's recent decision to intervene in the foreign exchange market and slow the depreciation of the Jamaican dollar.
A major reason why we depreciated the exchange rate was to correct this very current account deficit. And to the extent we are having success with it, and it is improving rather quickly, then I think it gives support to the argument that we should be slowing the rate of devaluation of the Jamaican dollar.
Mr. Biles cited the reduction in inflation as another reason EPOC has supported the central bank's decision to slow the rate of depreciation. From January to May this year, inflation stood at 2.4%, 1.2% lower than the corresponding period last year.
One of the reasons for the foreign exchange rate depreciation is to stay competitive with the US dollar. So if they are experiencing inflation that is much lower than ours, then we have to devalue to keep the competitiveness. To the extent that our inflation is falling and coming closer and closer to, say, US inflation, then the reason to continue the devaluation subsides.
In the meantime, EPOC is insisting that the government's recent success in raising an $800 million bond on the international market reiterates confidence in the Jamaican economy.
The fact that the international community is once again lending to Jamaica, and not just short term, but 11 years, is significant and says something about their confidence in our policies.
Mr. Biles added that the $800 million which completed the funding of the 2014-2015 budget would also fund at least 2 bond maturity payments over the next 12 months. The net international reserves NIR was also boosted. At the end of June, the NIR stood at $1.376 billion. EPOC's co-chairman also pointed to other improvements in the country's fiscal accounts.
To date, the tax revenues are at $50.3 billion. Versus a target of $48.4 billion. The primary balance at May stood at $3.4 billion, and the target was minus $1.6 billion, so it exceeded the target.
Mr. Biles said the country should now focus on improving exports and growing the economy. Over 300 small and medium-sized enterprises have benefited from export capacity development through the FinPime Export Plus program. The program, which is facilitated by Jamaica Promotions JAMPRO, is financed by the Inter-American Development Bank to the tune of $150,000. Industry Investment and Commerce Minister Anthony Hilton says the FinPime Export Plus program supports the National Export Strategy (NES), which seeks to create an export-driven economy.
We intend to build on the achievements of Phase 1 of the National Export Strategy, where 63% of a total of 325 initiatives were successfully implemented. We had measurable impact on the fashion industry, where 91% of the planned initiatives were successfully implemented, and we have made significant advances in trade promotions.
The agro-processing, mining, information technology, film and animation sectors have also been targeted for export. Minister Hilton was speaking recently at the FinPime Export Plus showcase at the Terra Nova Hotel. The Jamaica Constabulary Force will be better able to carry out its mandate when the computer networks of police stations across the island become connected. This is in keeping with government's plans to increase the technological capacity of government entities through the eGov Jamaica initiative.
When we connect the police offices and the police stations to the central locations, they can upload these things, send it to Kingston, and you can get back a response in a day or less. That's what we're doing, and that's how it will have a direct impact on the delivery of government services.
The Technology State Minister added that through eGov Jamaica, it would be easier for persons to do business with government entities. So far, post offices, schools, libraries, hospitals and health centers have been connected through a recently established broadband network. Minister Robinson added that eGov Jamaica would be better able to carry out its functions when the position of Chief Information Officer was finalized. He was speaking at the recent American Chamber of Commerce Town Hall Forum. And finally, approximately 300 young people from 6 inner-city communities in St. Andrew are now benefiting from mentorship and remedial classes through a program organized by the University of Technology's Students' Union. The 15th staging of the Teach the Youth summer program seeks to improve the literacy and numeracy skills of youngsters in the 4 to 20 age group. The youngsters from the communities of Augustown, Kintyre, Tavern, Highlight View, Sandy Park and Saunders will participate in the program until August 25. Member of Parliament for Eastern St. Andrew, Andre Hilton, and media sponsor, the Jamaica Information Service, have endorsed the initiative.
You will get a feeling of satisfaction when you can give back to your fellow man. There's no feeling that is greater than the feeling of being able to empower your fellow brothers and sisters. And when you give, when you truly give, it is when you give of yourself.
We are just so proud to be here. What you are doing is remarkable, to say the least. We are on board this year to support you with your communication needs. We will also support you with your empowerment sessions.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.